of what they're voting. Going back to your point around, so we're voting for 23 policies tonight, and we just know the titles of them. That's the bizarre side, but maybe it's 4. I guess my message is, what you don't want to do at this point, you don't have the luxury of having long debates about words in these policies. Doesn't mean you shouldn't understand what they are and what they mean. My view would be 4 or 5 at a policy committee, gives authenticity to it. Your community says, this is a board that still is being deliberative, a policy board, but understands the urgency of getting these policies adopted, but they're aware of what they're approving. That's looking at how it.
So that's 4 to 5 for the committee, which meets once a month. That doesn't mean 4 to 5 every 2 weeks if the committee is meeting additional times, because that does not give the staff member preparing them time to be as prepared as Dr. Saki. So the idea that we have to have multiple meetings a month, which was just said, for that doesn't, that just points out the fact that we're not giving them the time to actually go through the 23 policies that we didn't have in the district. They have to become familiar with them. They have to make sure that they can relay this message to their staff as well. And if we're rolling out 10 policies a month, it's not feasible. So I just we can do 5 a month. And I think that's a heavy lift, but we're good with that. But 10 a month.
Yeah.
Just to get them out for the sake of getting them out.
I will give all the policy to the chair, but one of the things you guys have to understand with policy guides the work that we do with inside the district. And so we have to go through and make sure everything is the wording is correct, and then not changing the policy. If you look at this model policy, it has an underline said, put the name of your district in there. So we have to go back in and put the name of the district in there, or the name of the person, or the position. Those are the types of changes that we're making to them. We don't change anything else, because most of it is just legal, jargon that CAPE is providing us.
And to your point, those are the conversations that Dr. Avery and I have had over the past several weeks about the policies. So it's important that he understands them and prepares them for the.
And then my staff, Dr. Saki, have never really done policy. I used to do policy as a school superintendent. As an assistant superintendent, I wrote policy. I mean, I helped to draft a policy to give to my superintendent. And then when I got it, my people did the same thing for me. But we also, we take it one step further. Our cabinet, we bring policy to cabinet for review, making sure that this is something that we're gonna have to enforce, or make sure that people are following, and we get the blessing from cabinet, and then we take it to the chair. So we've done enough. We're just doing checks and balances internally in order to make sure that when I give them to the chair, it's all vetted out. Especially when you start talking about like grading policy, that is so in depth. You're talking about GPAs and things that we do on a daily basis. The board shouldn't have to be able to do. That's why we have our people doing it. That's what. Am I correct?
You're correct.
So that's what I'm just going by what I used to do as a policy, administrator, giving it to the board. We want to make sure it's right for you guys. And then
I want you to be able to say this is how it is, and not that we go, oh no, like that, but we accept it. We get a man.
The only other point would be, I think strategically is, again, as a superintendent with your cabinet, you want to identify 4 policies where you're most vulnerable. Get those first. Then the next level, get those then. It doesn't have to be alphabetical order. I mean, you have to make a thoughtful decision. Like I said, Title IX, get that one done first. In this world,
this administration in January with the new president, so we had to flip back to the old one and get it back into play. So
it's 6 months working on the Title IX. I feel your pain. And he had to
and rip it up.
And a lot of that 6 months is at his desk looking at Title IX policies around the country.
Yes.
A lot of it.
Already when we do policy and we're talking about this, isn't that something that one person but the picture is hard, anything that one who cares. it's gonna be, this is the way we're gonna do policy. I know they're gonna come from all of us tonight. You know, the policy, we just have to make, you know, to understand and see, you know, opinion, comments, vote, whatever. You know, so sometimes people, they think because it's a policy, oh, this is the way we're gonna do it, the committee gonna, you know, vote the chair. But people, sometimes they don't understand that. They have to understand the public, you know, it's all the 9 board members. You know, we have to be on the same page to approve the policy, of course, whether Dr. agree too. You know, so people sometimes they get scared, you know, say, oh, we're gonna change. No, is that we say all the time, and I say all the time, decide to hold the 9 board members. Not Dr. Every and nobody else, us, the board members. So the same thing with the policy thing, you know, us, the 9 board members, we have to sit down, we talk and discuss, you know, what I'd like to change, what to put, you know, of course, with Dr. Every, so everybody be on the same page, you know. Just want to say that, the people sometimes get confused, that guy, only the committee will take that, and I don't want people to think that.
Okay.
Thank you.
Are there action items for now to next week?
The only thing is I'd like to solidify what the goals are. Actually, I got your email already and Dr. Avery, I got your email already, so I can start to sort of pull them together. Send it out, I guess, to a view to start with, and you can disseminate them, make sure it's reflects what people want. I don't know. I mean, we could have a further conversation if we need to next time, although I really don't want to take time away from the conversation we have at hand.
Can we have different, like, can we, is it okay when I send them out to the board members, we can discuss it or whatever, but maybe at that meeting, just announce what we decided,
Yeah.
that way
Yeah.
it's out there.
I think that would be good. Yeah. Do you have another board meeting, next week?
Maybe some committees.
I was thinking if there was a way of the board like voting to say we endorse these at that meeting, if we'd be ready for that. But if you collect them and people aren't objecting,
We could put an agenda item next week to endorse,
I know the state's really interested in seeing the results, so I'd like to have something to send them so that they don't.
We can call next week, meeting, special meeting. Can we?
Well, no, it is a special meeting, so next meeting, we could just add an agenda item to vote on the goal.
Right.
On the.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But if it's okay, if they ask, I'd like to say that their 4 goal areas share the consensus, but that they're not worded exactly the way the board intends to do it yet.
Yes.
But this was agreed upon.
We all
The rest of your evening?
Well, we have to adjourn. So we'll take a motion to adjourn.
Motion.
Moved by Mr. Faber, seconded by Mr. Benningham. All in favor, say aye. Any opposed?
Nope.
Okay.
That was so interesting.
The meeting is ending at 9:34.
Husky started 10 minutes
ago, on the tonight, on the room,